I won't hold my breath, and best of luck to them if one chooses to stand up. They are enjoying their lowest approval rating ever because this is who they are trying to represent. These far-left activists who don't stand for anything. They only stand against Donald Trump, and they hate, as you just heard from that one individual who wished death upon the President of the United States, they not just hate him, they hate the nearly 80 million Americans who elected to vote him. The Democrats have officially become the party of crazy. President Trump and the Republicans are the party of common sense.
When Joe Rogan charges in like a verbal WWE champion, wielding a MIC instead of a folding chair, and Karoline Leavitt drops an $800 million legal bomb on The View, you don't just get a lawsuit. You get cultural chaos on live TV. This wasn't your typical roast, it was a full-throttle takedown, served with a Rogan-style roundhouse and a legal side of poetic justice. The moment the verdict hit, you could almost hear a million mugs shatter in synchronized shock. Karoline didn't clap back with tweets or headlines. She came with cold-blooded legal artillery, targeting years of reckless broadcasting and manufactured sisterhood. This was more than a payout. It was a moment of reckoning.
This is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
yeah.
it is a rabies-infested henhouse.
And watching this clip, I couldn't help but think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years. They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him. They have shamed him. They have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC.
For years, The View acted like truth was optional and slander was a team sport. Their daily chaos turned politics into emotional karaoke, loud, shaky, and painfully off-key. Instead of conversation, they hurled shade missiles with zero accountability. But this time, it all blew up. Joe Rogan was already mid-rant, slicing through hypocrisy with laser focus, while Karoline lit the legal fuse. This wasn't gossip, it was a gladiator match. The View didn't just stumble into controversy, they did a triple flip into a legal minefield, heels blazing like fireworks. For too long, Karoline was the show's cartoon villain, her name tossed like confetti. But this time, the joke was over, and she was done being the punchline.
You, when you were on The View, when you were running for president, you got introduced as our friend Donald Trump.
Does he really want to add President of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to. Please let's find out, and please welcome my friend, Donald Trump.
That's right.
Whoopi Goldberg gives you a big hug and a kiss. Joy Behar gives you a big hug. Barbara Walters gives you a big hug. And then you actually started winning in the polls, and then the machine started working towards you.
That red hat that says "Make America Great Again." Might as well just put a.
The View didn't just commit defamation, they put it on stage, dressed in sequins, and applauded like trained seals at a Vegas lounge act. But Karoline didn't fire back with rebuttals. She dropped Judgment Day. Her legal team came armed with airtight receipts that made the show's research look like late-night fan fiction. They didn't miss facts, they dodged them like dodgeballs. By the time court was over, The View's legal crew looked like they'd been through a blender, dazed, drained, and defeated. And just when the smoke was rising, in came Joe Rogan. No warm-up, no filter, just pure, surgical punchlines that turned commentary into execution with a laugh track. He didn't just react, he wheezed out an "I told you so" so hard, it nearly took out his elk jerky.
I get it. I also hate Joy Behar. So, I don't love you, but I also hate that squawking bird. So, I hate the whole thing. And frankly, that show, you want to talk about a show that set women back, is The View. You want to talk about that show, the CIA is engineering, Antifa and fucking the Capitol riot. Some crazy misogynist engineered The View. Because there's nothing worse than The View. In terms of there are so many brilliant women out there. None of them are on The View. None of them have gone near the set of The View. I mean, they have brought in the lowest tier of the, what is it, the Y chromosome? No,
Double
Yes. Okay.
Double X.
They brought in the lowest of the double X's for that one. It's
When Karoline's legal strike hit like a precision airdrop, Rogan didn't just celebrate, he unloaded years of pent-up vindication. He'd been scorched by The View's outrage machine before, treated with smug disdain reserved for anyone outside their script. But this time, his response wasn't shock. It was flamethrower-level satisfaction. Joe didn't just critique the cast, he exposed the whole broken formula. Canned applause, fake outrage, and panels that sounded like Wikipedia recited by wine moms with grudges. Karoline didn't just cost them money. She vaporized their moral high ground, silenced their self-righteous applause, and turned their empire of judgment into a public courtroom roast. Rogan wasn't just reacting, he was cooking, turning the whole meltdown into a flaming podcast platter served with scandal sauce and garnished with public humiliation.
Between right and left authoritarianism, and now people don't recognize that if you just stop looking at it in terms of red and blue, look at the actions. Whether it's war, suppression of free speech, pharmacological interventions that are mandatory, whatever it is, that used to all be associated with the authoritative right, the authoritarian right, and now those things are being embraced by the left. And I just think it's just an ideology thing. I think we get confused and we think we're on the right side. We're on the right side. And if it's our side that's saying this, for sure it's the right thing to do. And no one's critically